Oke, terima kasih banyak Miss Denti atas penyampaiannya. Oke, selanjutnya kita akan memasuki ke acara ini teman-teman. Seperti yang sudah saya sempat singgung sebelumnya, bahwa speaker kali ini sangat luar biasa. Beliau merupakan seorang awardee dari IISMA LPDP atau Indonesian International Student Mobility Award di University of California, Davis. Dan saat ini beliau sedang bekerja di 7 media sebagai seorang freelancer English Translator sejak tahun 2020. Kita sapa sekali lagi teman-teman. Halo Mbak Aisyah.
Halo.
Gimana nih Mbak, udah siap belum Mbak untuk sharing ke teman-teman yang lain gimana cara tips triknya untuk mendapatkan ISMA atau mungkin experience-nya selama di sana Mbak?
Insya Allah udah kok.
Oke, untuk selanjutnya nanti dari Mbak Aisyah akan melakukan penyampaian materi kepada teman-teman dan akan dilanjutkan oleh sesi Q&A. Jadi bagi teman-teman yang ingin bertanya secara langsung kepada Mbak Aisyah bisa menggunakan fitur raise hand atau kalau malu-malu boleh banget mengetikkan pertanyaannya melalui kolom chat Zoom. Nah, mungkin untuk waktu selanjutnya, waktu dan tempat saya persilahkan kepada Mbak Aisyah. Silahkan Mbak.
Oke, thank you Aura. Terima kasih udah mengundang saya hari ini di sini. Saya akan share screen dulu ya. Sebentar. Oke. Sorry, sebentar. Oke, udah kelihatan ya?
Sudah Mbak Aisyah.
Oke, aku langsung mulai aja. Thank you so much everyone for having me here today. My name is Aisyah Nur Hadifatit Fasudiro. I'm here just to talk about my point of view as an ISMA awardee. So I was a ISMA awardee for UC Davis, as you guys heard earlier. I was a ISMA awardee for 2021. So this is just a brief interview. We're just going to talk about what to prepare for the scholarship, essay and interview, and also the school environment in UC Davis. Also the overall testimony on what I did there as a scholarship student. Around this presentation, there will be pictures all over, so you guys can also look at that and enjoy that. Okay, so what is ISMA? ISMA is a Indonesian Student Mobility Awards. It is actually a program made by Kemendikbud, and it is also in collaboration with LPDP. So I'm not really going to delve too deep into it. This is actually a fully funded scholarship. If you guys really want to see everything about ISMA, also terms and conditions, like the DOT scores, your GPA, and everything, you guys can check their official website, which is this here, down here, site.isma.id. It has everything. So I'm just gonna put that right there. Okay, so the first thing that you guys want to prepare is your English test. What I took last year is the Duolingo English Test. My final score is 135 or an IELTS 8. It's also equivalent to a TOEFL 113 to 115. So there's ISMA accepts Duolingo English Test, TOEFL, and IELTS. Here's just a tip from me when you're preparing for the Duolingo English Test. The first thing you want to do is record yourself during speaking because you're gonna be given a time. You don't want to be nervous. You have to kind of train yourself to be fast and talk about the things that you need when you're speaking. Time yourself during writing. There's a writing section in the Duolingo English Test, and it has to be structural, meaning you can't just write what's in the question or what's in the picture. It has to be structural, so when you are graded, it could be understood. And the last one is make sure to be in an empty room. The Duolingo English Test is online and very affordable, which is why around 671 ISMA awardee students last year took the Duolingo English Test. But it can be a bit tricky. You can't look to your side, you can't move a lot because if you look kind of suspicious, they're gonna kind of disqualify you. And if you really want to know tips and tricks more about the Duolingo English test, I really advise you to look him up. This is Teacher Luke. He's in YouTube. He talks about all about the Duolingo English test, more deeper tips and tricks. So check him out. Okay, so the essay and interview, this is just a brief overview. The essay consists of 4 questions with a maximum of 200 words, but this is for last year. This year I heard when I was reviewing people's essay and proofreading them, it has 315 words, I think. So they kind of upped the maximum. The interview lasts for 15 minutes. I'm not sure about this year, but it could be less because I heard there's way more people applying. So make sure to be prepared in your time management. Okay, so this is our interview question for last year. So we were supposed to write about, discuss a time when you face a difficult academic challenge. How will this program or IISMA help you achieve your goals and contribute, and how can you contribute back to this program? Also, outline your plans to engage with local and international communities during the IISMA program. And lastly, discuss your past academic achievements. Reading people's essay for this year, I think this program held back the goals, the second one. I think they erased that and changed it to health. So it's a bit different for this year. I'm gonna talk about how you can answer these after. So these are just essay facts. There's more than 3,000 people applied in IISMA last year in the start. There's 3,000 and more applications, but only 2,500 or less, I think, that passed the essay stage. So that's a lot of people. 500 kids is a lot of people. And there's also still a lot of people for you to go through the interview phase. So here's my essay tips and tricks. Number 1 is be unique. Remember, there's more than 3,000 applicants. You want to make a good hook. A good hook is actually a good opening. You want to be different. You want the person to really understand what you're going to talk about and really want to read your essay from top to bottom. Make it personal. Try not to compare yourself to other people, especially their achievements. Making your essay personal makes yourself different from other people too, because what you go through is different from what other people go through. And that's okay, because you shouldn't compare yourself to other people. This essay is about yourself. Number 3 is do your research. Doing your research about your dream university, the scholarship, even the activities that is in that university is crucial for me, because it helps you build your essay, and it also helps you talk about why you want that university, why you took that clubs or activities when you are doing that interview later on. Number 4 is watch YouTube for more tips. You can just search scholarship essays on YouTube. That's what I did, and it truly helped. Number 5, do not plagiarize and cheat. This is very important for me, because make sure, do things by your own work. Okay, so here's my essay. This is just kind of an example. So discuss your past achievement, including the process and skills involved in your previous or current degree program. I took this one essay because a lot of people kept asking me. They don't have achievements. They weren't active in organizational work, etc., etc. So they don't really know what to put in their essay. They asked me whether it's okay to put in their high school achievements. So here's what I told them. When you're making an essay, like I said before, you have to make it personal, including your achievements. Here you can see leading my university research proposal may be my most notable personal academic achievement as yet, personal and unique. When you're writing something that's personal, you're kind of putting yourself in your own bubble other than other people. You're not comparing yourself. You're not putting yourself in comparison to other people. You're putting yourself as who you are. You're trying to be unique and different from the people who are applying. So when you're writing an essay, also make sure that you're also putting kind of the outcome of what you got from those achievements, those academic hurdles and everything. Here I wrote, it raised my ability to communicate, built my courage to firmly express my ideas for this project to students and professors. Finishing this project was a personal achievement because in return, I realized my abilities and skills have grown exponentially. So you have to also write your personal impact. And the last one I wrote, I'm glad that I'm willing to learn and have the courage to fall and stand again despite my shortcomings. So here is kind of the structure when you're writing an essay. Make sure to have a good hook, a good opening, and also make sure to kind of make it personal and create a personal impact. What that achievement, what that hurdle has done to you and created a positive outcome for yourself. Okay, so next, if you pass the essay stage, you're gonna have to go to your interview stage. So what's gonna happen is the website will be updated. That's what happened to me last year, at least. The website will be updated with a schedule of your interview via Zoom link, and you only have 2 to 3 days to prepare. That's what happened to me again last year. It's a very, very short time. Some people only have, I think, a day to prepare. And you have to impress them in less than 15 minutes. So what I want to talk to you about when you're preparing for an interview is practice. Just practice a lot, record yourself, have someone to correct you, write down all the questions that might come out. The reason you have to record yourself, because when you're doing an online meeting like this, you want to make sure that whoever's grading you could see your body language, how you talk to them. They could see if you're not confident in how you speak. They could see whether or not you are talking fluently or not. Do you know what you're talking about? They could see that. That's why you have to practice. Watch YouTube. Here are the 3 videos that I watch, I think more than 3 times. I think one of the most impactful video for me is this one. It's Dan Locke. He's actually talking about interview questions for work, but what he talks about is very similar to any interviews, actually. Scholarship interviews, the Tell Me About Yourself one is very impactful. So I really suggest you guys to check him out and watch this video. Of course, number 2, YouTube. Like I said before, go for YouTube to watch tips and tricks. Be confident, trust yourself, and don't be afraid. Because again, the interviewer could see how you speak and how you communicate. Also, they're grading you again. And they're not just grading you that day, they're grading maybe 20, 30, 50 other students. And that's a lot of people. You have to impress them. You have to make that interview fun. They're gonna have, a scary face. That's what I heard from people last year. They said, oh, I got really nervous because, the interviewer was really cold to me. He doesn't seem interested. Of course, he or she is gonna make those faces to kind of look at you and see, are you prepared? Are you ready? Are you confident enough in what you're saying or speaking? That's why practice a lot in any environment, and I think you're gonna be successful. So if you pass the interview stage, the essay stage, everything, congratulations. You are basically a IISMA UC Davis awardee now. This is kind of the website, the thing that comes out of the website when you do get accepted. So what do you have to prepare now if you are a IISMA US, United States awardee? What you have to prepare is the American visa. This is my F1 visa. So the price for the American visa is 10.8 million. This is a reimbursement system, but that is my year. I don't know what's gonna happen this year for the American students. So that's just a brief overview of the American visa. And this is the living allowance or living settlement. you're gonna get around $8,800. This is for California. This is just kind of, kind of the thing that you're gonna get. From that $8,800, it's gonna be divided again to your kind of, maybe if you're gonna do host family, you're gonna go to apartment, anything, it's different. Every state is different, every university is different. This is just what happened to me as an UC Davis awardee. Okay, so again, what's covered by IISMA is that your visa, your travel, domestic and international, your plane flight, quarantine, healthcare, dorm or housing, uang SPP atau pendaftaran sama di nanti UC Davis, and your PCR test. This quarantine is quarantine there in that country, not back home. So these are all reimbursement systems. Okay, so what is UC Davis? What is University of California, Davis? Davis is a very, very small town. It's a university town. A lot of universities in America is like that. They have a town dedicated for that university. Everyone is very friendly. Everyone is very kind there. It's located in the West Coast, which is California. You're close to Sacramento, which is the capital city of California. San Francisco, it takes, I think, 2 hours to get to San Francisco by car, and LA. For UC Davis, it's a top tier 1 research public university and the biggest UC campus. The biggest UC campus meaning it's the biggest California university there. You can check their website if you want to know more about them, but here is a picture of all the UC Davis awardee students in front of the UC Davis logo. And the campus is really big. It's really, really big. So here are the courses that I took. I took 4 courses. I didn't add my summer session here. In summer session, I took anthropology. But for my fall quarter, I took cognitive neuroscience, cognitive psychology, communication and collaboration skills, and nutrition 198. So I'm just gonna briefly explain this. For number 1 and number 2, those are psychology classes. They're very interesting. Most of the psychology classes are big classes. So there's more than 100 students in one class, or more than 200. It could go up to 300 students in one class. The classrooms are huge, and it's a very fun classroom. It's a very fun classroom dynamic. Number 3 is communication and collaboration skills. This is actually a drama class, but we here in this class we learn to communicate and collaborate. I think it's very useful for me. And the last one is nutrition 198. I don't know what they're offering in this year's UC Davis, but nutrition 198 is actually a special program for the IISMA UC Davis awardees. It talks about how you can actually explain your scholarship experience abroad in a professional and informal setting. So I'm not sure what you're gonna get, but this is what I took. This is just how I chose courses and UC Davis. You're gonna get a student advisor there. The student advisor will help you with anything, including if you're feeling down, if you're feeling sad about your experience there during the States, you can talk to your student advisor. The student advisor will be there, especially to talk about courses and help you choose those courses. Number 2 is sitting classes. In the States, you can actually just go into a class and just sit there and kind of follow in. And it doesn't matter what class is that. Maybe if those are lab classes, I think they're a bit more stricter. But let's say you just want to sit in psychology classes or education classes, or even maybe engineer classes. You could go in and just sit and listen to the professors. They won't really check it. It doesn't really matter. And there's a 2-week limit in UC Davis, meaning you can drop your class anytime with no worry. Let's say you don't like the class that you're taking, you can drop it and take another class. So it's kind of more lenient there, lebih agak bebas daripada di Indo. kalau misalnya ngambil kelas di sana secara mudah aja bisa drop kelas terus nanti ambil lagi yang lain. The last one is do your research, professors and class dynamic. You can just Google them, Google the professor's name, Google the class name. It's all gonna come out in your syllabus. You can just Google. Okay, so what do you really do in Davis? We bike. Davis is a bike city. It's a platinum city in America for biking. What I did was bike every day to campus. From my house to campus, it's around 8 kilometers, I think. It's super far, but it doesn't feel far when you're there. You're gonna feel exhausted in the first week or second week, but you're gonna get used to it when you're there. So these are kind of the activities that you're gonna kind of feel out. So there's football, obviously, if you want to know, that's the American dream. Not the American dream, kind of the American activity. You're gonna see that there's more than thousands of people going to watch football. And then there's organizations, clubs and communities. They do this a lot. And actually in Davis, in American schools, actually mainly there's a lot of clubs and communities. There's even bird watching, there's cat clubs, the weirdest kind of clubs you're gonna find there. And this is just me and the other awardees having fun. It's a lot of parks. You can just sit around. People kind of sunbath there during the summer. They would just, put on their stuff. Behind there is also the library. They would just sit around, put their bikes, eat there. It's really fun. This is the Memorial Union, and the Memorial Union is kind of a place. I'm not sure if you can see this. Okay, I don't think it's playing, but the Memorial Union is a place for you guys to sit around. There's a cafe inside. There's a coffee house inside. There's microwaves inside, so you guys can kind of heat up your food. Students study there. If it's exam week, it's open until 1 or 2 in the morning. And yeah, we just sit around there, talk to other people. There's computers, printers. There's a bowling alley actually behind here. So you guys can play bowling in the Memorial Union. There's game rooms. There's everything there. So the facilities here are just the small kind of, small things, facilities in UC Davis. This is the library. The library has, I think, 4 floors, and it's huge, like really huge. The middle here is the reading room. There's a classroom. There's a basement room also. You can study outside in the trees and everything. This is just in front of the UC Davis Library. It's called the Peter J. Shields Library. And there's so many more facilities. UC Davis has, I think, 2 tennis courts, a free gym. It's 2 floors, and all the equipment it's amazing. The equipment's there. There's also classes. You can take classes and clubs in the gym. This is also the student community center. If you're a Muslim, there's a musalla there. You can pray there. There's also a room for Muslims there. So in the student community center is basically there are rooms, and those rooms have names on top of it. Let's say this is for Asians, this is for the LGBTQ communities, this is for Latinos, and there's kind of places to sit, and then microwaves, there's a kitchen there, you can cook. So this is just a community center for the students. Dining commons, UC Davis has, I think, 3 or 4 dining commons, and they're huge. Again, they're huge. All you have to do is pay once, and then it's all you can eat. You can take them out, and there's every kind of food there. It opens from 8 to, I think, 10. Okay, so this is just a brief overview of the USA applicants for IISMA. The number one most applicants is for Boston University. There's around 44.4%. UC Davis is second. There's, I think, more than 100 applicants applying to UC Davis, so there's 31%. And the last one is Michigan State. So during my IISMA days, we travel a lot too. There's a lot of extra fun. I went to New York, LA, Disneyland, Lake Tahoe with all my friends, San Francisco. We went to Stanford and Berkeley too, which is really exciting because, when we were in Stanford, we were excited because this is where Maudia Yunda went to, and we kind of went to the places where she did her YouTube videos, and it's super interesting, and you're gonna have a lot of fun there. So yeah, I think that's everything. These are just pictures of me and my awardees. We are just like family. There's 17 awardees in IISMA UC Davis. We go everywhere together, and we're just each other support and family there. So yeah. My overall testimony, I guess, for my IISMA program is it's amazing, and I think it's an experience worth experiencing. Definitely something that you guys should try, because studying abroad, again, the experience is different for everyone. So yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. So that's all for me. If you guys have questions, please ask away. Here is somewhere you can contact me. There you go. That's all for me. Thank you.
Wah, terima kasih banyak Kak Baisya atas penyampaiannya. Kayaknya menarik banget ya Mbak, bikin pengen sih. Jadi saya sendiri jujur, kayaknya wow, it's interesting buat dicoba gitu. Nah, dari teman-teman yang lain, mungkin apakah ada yang penasaran nih untuk bertanya lebih lanjut kepada Mbak Aisyah? Mungkin ada yang masih menyimpan beberapa pertanyaan, entah itu mengenai IISMA sendiri atau mungkin terkait University of California. Nah, untuk teman-teman yang ingin bertanya, bisa langsung menggunakan fitur raise hand atau mengetikkan pertanyaannya melalui kolom chat Zoom. Nah, ini udah ada yang raise hand nih, Mbak. Dari Mas Edo Artima Kasa, mungkin bisa on mic terlebih dahulu.
Okay, first of all, thank you very much, guys, for the presentation. It was very amazing. I have one question regarding the interview pace. I've been told by a lot of people that the way we answer the question should be based on the interviewer liking. For instance, to tell me about yourself question. Some interviewers might like a short answer, but some interviewers might like a more detailed question like a job interview. My question is this true? And if yes, do you have any tips to handle this uncertainty based on your own personal experience? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Edo. For me, it depends. Like I said, when you are in the IISMA interview phase, there's only 15 minutes and less. I don't know about you guys this year. It could be way less. So when it comes to tell me, I say in those 15 minutes, but I think last year, sorry, I think my connection is a bit unstable. I think last year we didn't really get that question. The question kind of focuses on your essay. So they're just gonna ask you mostly about your essay, and then after you can kind of talk about yourself. But just be personal, be unique. Don't be afraid to kind of just please the interviewer. If you're confident and you're sure you want to talk about that, go for it.
I see. Okay, thank you very much, Kak.
Oke, terima kasih banyak atas pertanyaannya, Mas Edo. Mungkin selanjutnya dari teman-teman yang lain, apakah masih ada yang bertanya? Ya, sudah ada dari Mbak Belva. Silahkan Mbak Belva.
Maaf sebelumnya, perkenalkan nama saya Belva Amalia dari Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta. Bisa dipanggil Belva. Oh ya Kak, sebelumnya saya mau nanya terkait skor Duolingo English Test, apakah ada rata-rata dari UC Davis Awardee? Kira-kira berapa ya Kak? Kalau boleh tahu. Terima kasih.
Oh, UC Davis Awardee-nya, kalau nggak salah kita tuh, jadi rata-rata anak-anak ISMA yang diterima itu di atas 126. Untuk anak-anak UC Davis, jadi yang diterima itu semua di atas 126. Jadi sekitar 126 ke atas sampai 135, sampai 140 kayaknya. Itu yang diterima.
Oke, mungkin dari Mbak Belva, apakah pertanyaannya sudah terjawab?
Oke, sudah. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih juga Mbak Belva. Mungkin bisa menurunkan rasanya terlebih dahulu ya. Untuk teman-teman yang lain, mungkin apakah masih ada yang ingin bertanya kepada Mbak Isya? Di sini kita santai aja ya teman-teman, nggak usah terlalu tegang, terlalu apa, dan nggak usah khawatir apakah harus full English atau enggak. Kita santai aja, sharing-sharing bareng. Ya, sudah ada penanya dengan username Windows, mungkin bisa aktifkan mikrofonnya.
Tes. Dengar nggak, Pak? Halo.
Ya, halo, silahkan.
First of all, I want to ask about the Duolingo test. Is that a must to walk through the test, or maybe can we use a TOEFL test to apply the scholarship?
Yes, definitely. ISMA accepts 3 tests, like I said before, the Duolingo English Test, the TOEFL, and the IELTS. So you can take whichever you want, really. But last year, the Duolingo English Test is, I think, people's choice, most of the choices, because one, it's because it was a pandemic era. We can't really go out, and Duolingo provides 24 hours, and it's way, way more affordable. But it really depends on yourself. There's 3 choices. Take whichever you want.
Okay, thank you.
Ya, terima kasih banyak atas pertanyaannya. Untuk username Windows, dari teman-teman yang lain, apakah ada yang ingin bertanya kembali kepada Mbak Isya? Atau mungkin dari saya sebenarnya agak sedikit kepo nih Mbak. Mungkin dari tadi kan yang diceritakan lebih ke fun-nya, apa sisi menariknya gitu dari ISMA ini. Tapi ada nggak sih Mbak struggle Mbak sebagai mahasiswa pertukaran gitu dari luar negeri di mana harus adaptasi juga sama teman-teman di sana, atau mungkin struggle di course-nya atau yang lain gitu, kira-kira ada nggak Mbak?
Jujur aja sih, pas aku pulang juga banyak yang nanya gitu, kayak sempet gak sih homesick, terus kangen rumah dan lain-lain, kangen keluarga. Jujur aja, ini aku ya, aku nggak sama sekali. Karena balik lagi, teman-teman aku di sana tuh, alhamdulillah sih emang bersyukur banget, teman-teman UC Davis aku tuh kayak keluarga banget, dan kita sadar sama kita di sana waktu kita tuh cuma sebentar, kurang dari ya 3 bulan lah, walaupun sebenarnya 1 semester ya, kita kan ambil sama juga, tapi benar-benar di US-nya itu sekitar 3 bulan. Jadi untuk struggle sih enggak, karena aku punya teman-teman lagi, balik lagi ke student advisor, teman-teman aku support system aku banget di sana, dan mereka tuh karena kita sama-sama melalui hal yang sama, jadi kita benar-benar bisa membahas bahasan kita. Kalau misalnya lagi aduh kangen rumah nih, diingetin lagi jangan kangen, nanti kan kita waktunya di sini nggak terasa gitu. Jadi
Nggak banget sih. Untuk struggle mungkin awal-awal pelajaran ya, karena beda kan di sana sama di sini. Kalau di US itu memang essay-nya tuh banyak, terus very involved, dan kita harus critical thinking, kita tuh harus benar-benar mikir pendapat kita tuh apa, opini kita apa. Aku tuh pertama kali ngerasain pas summer session, dan itu kelas antropologi. Dan pas awal-awal tuh gurunya tuh benar-benar nanya, pendapat kamu apa gitu, what's your opinion on this? Apalagi opinionsnya tuh tentang masalah Amerika kayak racism, colonialism, everything, pokoknya benar-benar menurut aku aku tuh nggak pernah pelajarin gitu di sini. Tapi yang aku suka dari guru-guru di sana pun mereka juga open. Meaning when I was in that class, he said kita sama-sama belajar dari sini. Walaupun saya seorang profesor, saya pun juga belajar dari kalian. Walaupun saya seorang profesor, ini yang saya pelajarin. Jadi pendapat kalian pun juga penting untuk saya gitu. Jadi dia terbuka aja, dia nggak slam down your opinions saying that, hey, because I'm a professor, I've had this experience, so I'm not gonna listen to what you're saying because I obviously am more experienced. Dia lebih terbuka aja, dan menurut aku itu malah nge-push aku untuk lebih state my opinions, terus mengutarakan pendapat aku, lebih baik bertanya, kayak gitu sih.
Oke, makasih banyak Mbak Isya. Mungkin ada satu lagi sih Mbak pertanyaan yang masih ganjal gitu. Kalau untuk ISMA ini kan berarti kan kerjasama sama pemerintah ya Mbak, sama PDP. Nah itu ada nggak sih Mbak kayak feedback yang harus kita kasih ke mereka setelah kita mengikuti program ini? Mungkin dari, minimal nilai exam misal 80 atau berapa, atau gimana?
Minimal nilai exam itu maksudnya kayak gimana?
Kalau di Indonesia mungkin kayak IPK gitu ya. GPA. Ya.
GPA. Saran aku balik ke ISMA ya, mungkin apa ya? Sebenarnya banyak sih, pas kita jalanin banyak yang kayak, aduh seharusnya kayak gini, aduh seharusnya kayak gitu ya, kayak gitu programnya. Cuman kembali lagi sih, ISMA pun, karena ini program baru kan, karena aku pas itu benar-benar batch pertama, terus kita benar-benar anak-anak 1.000 anak pertama yang diberangkatkan oleh ISMA dan LPDP keluar. Jadi obviously there's a lot of flaws, there's a lot of there should have been this, there should have been that, yang kayak gitu. Tapi pada akhirnya mereka pun berbenah sih dengan cepat, maksudnya kayak they would kind of work on the problems, walaupun kadang lama itu sih ya, baik lagi kadang lama, tapi baik lagi mungkin karena program pemerintah, jadi ada waktu-waktu yang kayak lama kita harus nunggu misalnya balasan dari mereka dan lain-lain. Cuman again they would work on the problems and everything, so kayak balik lagi itu aku batch pertama, nggak tahu yang tahun ini, semoga sih jauh lebih bagus.
Oke, makasih banyak Mbak Isya buat jawabannya. Jadi teman-teman yang lain kalau masih ada yang ditanyakan boleh banget loh, bisa bertanya langsung dengan fitur raise hand atau mungkin mengetikkan pertanyaannya melalui kolom chat Zoom. Oh, ini udah ada pertanyaan Mbak di kolom chat Zoom dari Mas Brilian Laki. Mungkin aku coba bacakan. Oh ya Mbak, I would like to ask some question about the life there. Could you mention about the approximate percentage of the life in the US or abroad, like the course, the activities outside the course, and the relaxed time? And how about the struggles there as a Muslim, like the halal food and the play time? Nah, ini menarik sih Mbak. Mungkin bisa langsung dijawab Mbak Isya.
Ini menarik banget ya. Yang pertama mungkin from Brian, from what I got from the first question, I think what you meant is work-life balance. Jujur, for me, it was a struggle at first because when you're in the States, I mean, during that time, the pandemic era, here in the Indonesia, it's hard for you to go out, right? But in the States, people don't use masks. They could just go at any time. So I think the hard part is kind of finding balance between your education and your activities, meaning having fun with your friends and also, kind of pursuing your education. But while you're there, like I said before, UC Davis has a lot of activities. earlier, the Memorial Union library. There's even a 24-hour library there. Wherever you go, there are students studying, there are students, working their homeworks and working on their exams. So you're kind of motivated. While I was there, it really motivates me to study. I even love to study there, which is kind of surprising even for me. I enjoyed studying. I enjoyed just going out with my friends. You're going to find that balance. It's going to take time to adjust. But again, hopefully you're going to get amazing friends there, which is, you're the same batch, your IISMA batch. And they're going to remind you together, don't forget to do this, don't forget to do that. So overall, I think the work-life balance, it all depends to you, your time management, but it's possible. It's possible to have fun, it's possible to relax, and it's possible to, find time to study. The second one is actually very interesting. For the halal food, there's a lot actually in Davis. There's a halal food truck called Shah Halal's Food, and it's really good. All my friends would buy there. The line for that food truck, you could wait for around 30 minutes. For the prayer time, it's not hard. Like I said before, in the student community, here, let me show you, hold on. Student community center here, there's a musalla. There is a praying place for Muslim students, and also it's ada Al-Quran, ada sejadah, terus ada kalian bisa jamaah di sana. It's really nice, and I think while I was there with my hijab, I didn't experience any Muslim hate, thankfully. Maybe that's just my experience, but everywhere I go, in the streets, people would say Assalamualaikum, and then while I was biking, all the girls or all the guys would say Assalamualaikum, and then I would be in the weirdest places in LA or in New York. I would be in a museum in New York at the Met Museum, and then the security guard, the security guard said Assalamualaikum to me. So I think that's my experience while I was there, but I had a really good time. And inshallah, I think you'd also have a good time because finding the halal foods and finding the prayer time, it's not that hard. There's also a masjid there. There's a mosque in Davis. It's really huge. So all my guy friends would do their Friday prayers, and it's pretty good.
Wah, amazing sih itu. Keren. Makasih banyak Mbak Aisyah buat jawabannya. Dan selanjutnya kita masih ada satu pertanyaan lagi Mbak dari Baulia Sawa. Aisyah, have you ever got racism over there? Maybe you can tell us about your great experiences. Tapi semoga nggak ada ya Mbak.
Thank you, Ulia. Actually, no, not really, I think. Again, when you're there, you're a double minority. What a double minority is, you're a minority, and you're also, due to your religion or whatever your beliefs is, you're a minority there. But while I was there, I didn't really experience any racism. Like I said before, everyone there was so nice. I actually got invited to a church party while I was there, which is kind of funny. I was just sitting around in the parks, and then one of the people just came up to me, "Hey, do you want to go to our gathering?" When I got there, it's a church gathering. So I asked them, "Is it okay? I'm gonna be sitting here with you guys." And they said, "Yeah, of course it's okay." So everyone there was so nice to me. I didn't experience any racism. You would get stares. That's what I'm gonna tell you guys. If you're out of Davis, let's say LA, you're gonna get stares. I'm just gonna put it out there. But alhamdulillah, nothing over the top racism. Just be sure, because you're a double minority. Wherever you are, you're gonna have to be extra vigilant. You're gonna have to be extra careful, and just all those stuff, I think. But yeah, no racism over the top, so don't worry.
Oke, thank you so much, Mbak Isya. Mungkin dari Kauli, apakah sudah terjawab untuk pertanyaannya? Mungkin sudah terjawab ya. Bahwa ya, kita lanjut nih. Dari Miss Denti kayaknya mau nanya juga nih. Silahkan Miss Denti.
Ya, Mbak Aisyah dan Mbak Ara, terima kasih ya sudah mengisi juga di sini kelasnya. Ada beberapa sih yang Miss itu, kok Miss ya, saya ya, kayak kelas aja ya, kayak kelas sendiri ya. Ada beberapa yang akan saya tanyakan gitu ke Mbak Aisyah gitu. Karena ini kan juga berafiliasi dengan LPDP juga ya, salah satu penyelenggaranya. Nah, itu ketika kalian yang awardees itu sebelum berangkat ke sana, apakah ada semacam PK-nya gitu atau persiapan keberangkatannya gitu di Indonesia, atau kalian di training, atau kalian ada bootcamp atau something gitu di Indonesia sebelum berangkat ke sana? Yang pertama. Kemudian yang kedua adalah karena ini sistem akademik yang berbeda ya, dua universitas aja memiliki sistem akademik yang beda, apalagi dua negara gitu kan. Nah, kalau Mbak Aisyah itu sebagai stakeholder yang bisa membentuk sistem pembelajaran gitu. Jadi tempatkan misalnya Mbak Aisyah itu kan di sana sebagai student, coba ditempatkan sebagai yang membuat kebijakan gitu. Kira-kira apa sih di Indonesia itu yang perlu diimprove atau inovasi apa sih yang bisa Mbak ambil saat Mbak itu setelah ikut kelasnya di sana, apa kira-kira yang bisa kita aplikasikan di sini gitu sebagai stakeholder. Stakeholdernya ya nggak usah muluk-muluk ya, stakeholder se-level misalnya teacher ataupun instructor ataupun yang membuat kebijakan prodi gitu. Jadi se-level itu. Itu Mbak Aisyah. Sama satu lagi tadi Miss lihat Miss lagi. Tadi saya lihat ada student advisor ya kan. Jadi student advisor itu katanya tadi membantu pilih program juga. Nah, sebetulnya student advisor ini sudah ada sebelum kita berangkat ke sana atau di plotnya itu setelah kita sampai ke sana. Gitu. Karena beberapa waktu lagi kan di kampus sini ya, di kampus yang Miss ajar ini ada program juga untuk program pembimbingan mahasiswa yang akan daftar ISMA. Jadi saya pengen menggali gitu ya apa saja yang ada di sana yang bisa saya share ke teman-teman atau mahasiswa begitu. Terima kasih ya Mbak Isya, ada 3 poin tadi. Maaf ya kalau kebanyakan ya.
No, Miss.
Silakan.
Thank you for asking. Okay, yang pertama ini agak nyambung sama yang nomor 3. Jadi, yes, we do get preparations before we depart. ISMA itu ada briefing, itu pertama. Jadi nanti ada briefing bareng-bareng buat semua ISMA awardee untuk 1.000 orang, let's say. Yang tahun lalu kan. 1.000 orang briefing bareng-bareng what to prepare itu lumayan panjang, itu sekitar kayak bisa 2 jam lebih dan bisa sampai seharian. Terus nanti briefing lagi tergantung negara. Jadi pas US kita briefing sama Education USA, kita briefing lagi sama Permias, kita briefing lagi sama orang-orang Indo yang kerja di pemerintahan di sana gitu. Jadi akan ada banyak briefing-briefingnya. Terus kita akan jadi kayak it's gonna be fully brief, it's gonna be very informative. Terus dari briefing ini kita juga akan di connect sama student advisor di sana. Aku kurang tahu ya sebenarnya kalau misalnya di universitas lain. Jadi ini baik lagi aku akan ngomongin tentang UC Davis. Pas UC Davis kita punya student advisor untuk international student. Nama dia Stephanie dan dia ngebantu banget. Jadi kita sempat Zoom juga sama mereka, sama tim mereka. Kita Zoom-nya tuh bahas tentang, nanti kita akan ambil apa aja, courses. Kita bisa email ke mereka kayak, hey Stephanie, I'm having troubles with this course, what do you guys think about this, yang kayak gitu-gitu. Jadi apapun yang kita lalui tentang ISMA, misalnya kita ada kesulitan untuk komunikasi sama ISMA, atau kita ada kesulitan sama courses, student advisor itu udah akan siap untuk ngebantu kita. Terus mereka pun juga akan brief ke kita kayak what to expect nanti di US. Yang paling aku ingat sebenarnya dari mereka tuh ini sih, orang-orang US itu akan terbuka banget sama kalian. You can sit at the bus stop, ini yang aku alamin, kayak kalian bisa duduk di bus, terus nanti tiba-tiba mereka cuman bakal coba aja kayak, hey, where are you going? Terus nanti tanya kayak, mereka tuh emang tipe orang yang banyak ngomong gitu. Jujur aja pas pertama kali aku ke sana sebagai awalnya kayak introvert gitu kan, aku tuh sempat kecapean karena mau kemanapun kita pergi itu diajak ngomong tuh yang benar-benar panjang. Tapi ini kalau kata student advisor aku dan yang aku rasain juga, mereka tuh terbuka kayak gitu, bukan berarti mereka mau jadi teman kamu. They're just open, they're just friendly, tapi you can't ask them to, hey, do you wanna get a coffee after this? Itu agak kayak untuk mereka, gitu. Mereka bakal bilang kayak, iya, let's go. Cuman kayak, nggak dihubungin lagi yang kayak gitu. So your student advisor is gonna talk about everything, what to prepare, what to expect, terus kayak, nanti kalau misalnya kita mengalami hal ini di US, mereka bisa ngasih tahu kayak pendapat kayak, let's say kayak tadi pertanyaan tentang racism, kalian bisa ngomong sama mereka dan mereka akan bantu kayak gitu. Jadi dari ISMA dan dari universitasnya yang aku bisa ngomongin sekarang UC Davis itu sangat membantu banget. Mereka bantu prepare, bantu persiapan untuk apapun dan juga mental gitu sih. Terus untuk pertanyaan kedua, stakeholder, ini menurut aku yang aku ngerasain tuh sebenarnya di bagian dosen sih, di bagian pengajar. Karena itu pas aku ngambil summer session, dosen aku tuh menurut aku such a great introduction to US education. Menurut aku I was really lucky karena again pada saat itu aku benar-benar sadar kayak, oh ternyata enak ya punya dosen yang kayak gini, yang apa sih kalau mengajar tuh terbuka aja sama semua pendapat, semua opinion. Dia tuh nggak akan, oke, kamu salah, kamu tuh seharusnya nggak mikir kayak gini. Apalagi pada saat itu di antropologi, topik-topik yang kita bahas kan sangat berat ya, kayak kolonialisme, kayak tadi aku bahas racism, terus tentang kayak segregasi orang kulit hitam, orang kulit putih di sana, apalagi tentang orang Asia yang kayak gitu. Itu semua topik-topik berat yang mungkin akan mengundang kayak ini tuh nggak benar yang kayak gitu. Tapi dia nggak, dia dengan baik membahas sesuai teori, sesuai experience dia. Terus saat kita ngomong, dia pun bantu arahin gitu. Dan menurut aku mungkin ini experience aku ya, baik lagi. Tapi dari teman-teman aku baik dengar tuh memang dosen-dosen di sini kan lebih ke hierarki. Terus mereka akan ini nggak boleh kayak gini. Jadi kita takut untuk beropini kan. Kita jadi nervous sebelum kita ngomong, takutnya malah kamu kok nggak bisa sih yang kayak gitu. Tapi kalau di sana lebih open, lebih kayak enggak, seharusnya itu kayak gini, sebagai kayak gini. Itu sih yang menurut aku tuh enak ya untuk diganti yang kayak gitu. Kita sama dosen tuh lebih terbuka untuk bicara, untuk Bu, ini sebenarnya kayak gimana sih kalau pendapat saya kayak gini. Kita bisa personally direct them. Dan ini sih yang satu lagi menurut aku enak banget di sana itu ada after pokoknya kayak ada meeting gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya pelajaran antropologi nih, si dosen itu akan punya waktu meeting. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian punya kesulitan belajar, kalau misalnya kalian punya kesulitan untuk nangkep pelajaran, atau kalian cuma pengen cerita aja sama si dosen, atau kalian cuma pengen tahu pendapat mereka tuh nyiapin waktu meeting. Jadi kayak one-on-one gini, dan kalian bisa aja ngobrol sama mereka kayak, Bu, saya ada kesulitan kayak gini. Dan menurut aku itu penting banget karena kalian punya koneksi sama dosen tersebut, punya koneksi sama pelajaran tersebut, dan itu menurut aku bagus banget sih. Office hours, it's called office hours. Gitu, Miss.
Oke, makasih Mbak Aisyah, jadi insight juga ya. Jadi selain sebagai student, karena kalau saya kan sudah telat ya, dulu pas saya S1 nggak ada kayak gini nih. Jadi mungkin saya yang keduluan ini ya, lahirnya terlalu cepat ya. Jadi nggak ngerasain nih kayak gini nih, program-program kayak gini. Jadi kalau mau ngulang tuh pengen jadi kayak kalian gitu yang masih di semester-semester produktif gitu. Thank you ya Mbak Aisyah ya.
Sama-sama, Miss.
Thank you Mas Dendi dan juga Mbak Aisyah buat jawabannya. Next ada dari Mas Fatan Mubina. Mungkin bisa unmute terlebih dahulu.
Oke, mau nanya ya. Kan sebelumnya aku tuh dapat nilai Duolingo 125, terus kepikiran mau ditingkatin lewat esai aja gitu. Sebagai penambal lah. Tapi kira-kira mending tes lagi aja gitu dapat nilai yang lebih tinggi atau gimana ya? Soalnya pilihanku tuh Boston University sama Liverpool University. Mungkin itu sih ya. Mungkin ada pendapat dari Aisyah gimana? Kayak seberapa tinggi sih dinilai sih dari Duolingo?
Balik lagi ya, aku kan UC Davis, aku nggak tahu Boston sama Liverpool kayak gimana. Karena balik lagi sebenarnya kayak ke universitas tuh dia beda-beda average score dan lain-lain. Setahu aku Boston tuh emang tinggi. Tadi kalau nggak salah Boston tuh nomor 1 yang mau ke Jerman ya tadi. Tadi aku ada. Sebentar ya, aku cari dulu. Aku punya itunya soalnya.
Oh ya, udah lihat tadi di slide ya.
Aku ada angkanya. I think Boston tuh yang daftar above 120 atau 130 deh. There's a lot of people applying for Boston karena memang bagus banget ya. Jadi sebenarnya bisa kalau misalnya kamu pengen tunggakin di essay. Tapi balik lagi sama essay kamu tuh harus bagus banget. Dan setahu aku Duolingo itu bisa 3 kali nggak sih? Iya, 3 kali percobaan. Correct me if I'm wrong ya. Kalau misalnya emang bisa.
Iya, bisa.
Iya bisa. Kalau misalnya emang bisa, mungkin sebaiknya coba lagi aja, latihan lagi. Dan kamu bisa ambil nilai yang tertinggi gitu. Soalnya Boston emang favorit banget. Even kemarin tuh yang apply Boston banyak. Dan kayaknya rata-rata nilai mereka pun juga tinggi. So if you're not sure about your score for your DT, kalau misalnya masih ada kesempatan untuk coba lagi aja. Itu pendapat dari aku.
Oke, terima kasih banyak Mbak Isya dan juga Mas Fatan. Mungkin bagi yang sudah bertanya diingatkan untuk lower hand, dan bagi yang masih ingin bertanya kembali, masih dipersilakan ya, mungkin bisa melalui chat Zoom atau bertanya langsung dengan fitur raise hand. Oke, mungkin dari teman-teman sudah cukup. Nanti kalau misalkan dari teman-teman ingin bertanya secara langsung melalui sosial media Mbak Isya, apakah Mbak Isya kira-kira berkenan ya, Mbak?
Boleh banget. Saya dari kemarin emang lagi banyak yang minta aku bantu proofread essay mereka dan lain-lain. Jadi you guys are free to ask me on my Twitter or my Instagram. Am I open?
Oke, makasih banyak Mbak Isya. Nah, jadi dari teman-teman yang belum berkesempatan untuk bertanya langsung pada sharing session hari ini, mungkin bisa bertanya secara langsung melalui kontak yang sudah tertera pada layar ke Mbak Isya secara langsung. Nah, mungkin sebelum kita menutup sharing session kita pada pagi hari ini, kita foto bersama dulu kali ya. Mungkin untuk teman-teman yang sedang tidak berhalangan, bisa diperkenankan untuk on cam.
Oke, silakan untuk on cam juga, Mas Mbak semuanya. Kecuali kalau kalian di kamar mandi sambil dengerin ya, itu boleh on cam. Kalau lagi di kamar gitu atau di rumah, on cam aja yuk. Oke. Mbak Diayu, Karisma, Belva, Francisca, Mbak Sosana, Dwi, Mas Muhammad Budiarto, Dewa Bintang, Mas Edo Dewa Bintang, yuk on cam dulu. Ini Mas username Windows siapa ya namanya? Terus tadi juga kepo, ini Mas siapa? Mas ya? Oke, nice. Oke. Belva, Sosana, Karisma, Dwi, Ica, lah baik bener ya. Lagi di toilet, oke. Diayu, Mbak Diayu. Oke, silakan Mbak Aura.
Oke, mungkin untuk sesi foto bersama akan saya bantu pandu. Ya, silakan teman-teman bersiap untuk berpose seganteng atau secantik mungkin. Karena kapan lagi kita bertemu gitu ya. Oke, 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Mungkin sekali lagi ya. 1, 2, 3. Oke. Terima kasih banyak teman-teman yang sudah hadir pada sharing session pada pagi hari ini. Terima kasih juga kepada Mbak Aisyah yang sudah berkenan untuk berbagi nih banyak tips dan juga ilmunya mengenai persiapan ISMA khususnya. Nah, mungkin sebelumnya dari Mbak Aisyah, apakah ada closing statement yang ingin disampaikan kepada teman-teman di sini? Gimana Mbak Aisyah? Mungkin ada sedikit closing statement untuk teman-teman di sini?
Ya, sorry tadi wifi aku. Closing statement aku, just good luck to your best. Don't feel pressured. Don't compare yourself to other people. I wish you luck to all your endeavors.
Oke, amin, amin. Semoga teman-teman semua yang sedang melakukan persiapan untuk ISMA diberi kemudahan dan kelancaran dan hasilnya mendapatkan sesuai apa yang diharapkan.
Amin.
Banyak sekali lagi Mbak Aisyah, teman-teman sekalian dan juga Miss Dendi atas waktu dan kesempatannya. Mungkin sekian yang dapat saya bantu arahkan pada pagi hari ini. Apabila ada sumur di ladang, boleh kita menumpang mandi. Apabila ada umur panjang, boleh kita berjumpa lagi. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi.
Terima kasih semuanya ya. Nanti untuk sertifikatnya bisa di chat aja di Telegram ya. Nanti dikirim dari direct message. Oke, semuanya. Terima kasih. Terima kasih Mbak Nura ya. Mbak Aisyah, terima kasih juga.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay.
Thank you, Aura.
Ini Miss.